Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is 2A Enthusiast again, here with another gun review. This is the Beretta 21A. It's chambered in 25 ACP. I picked this up used recently. I believe I paid $225 for it. I'm a little bit of I'm generally a firearms collector, but one of my favorites is actually Beretta. I own several of them. I have owned several, and I've liked them all except for one. If you've seen the Pico video. It's the only one I didn't like, but this is the 21A. You know, the big reason why I bought it is just because I thought it was a very, very cool firearm. Now, I know 25 ACP is probably not the ultimate caliber for a lot of people. It's not the most powerful caliber. With that said, though, I mean, this has its purposes. I have carried it on occasion because it is so small. I mean, for a firearm its size, it is a little thick for a single stack 25. But on the bright side, that wide grip makes it very easy to hold, very comfortable to shoot, especially in comparison to, say, the TCP or a little bit the Ruger LCP, although I have more experience with the TCP. Another thing I like about this is for people of various abilities, it's a very useful gun. One of the reasons I'm doing this today is because a friend of ours came over and she wants to purchase her first handgun. So she has problems with her hands. She doesn't have the strength really to grip the slide, pull the slide back. I gave her multiple semi-auto handguns, and she was not able to pull the slide back. So I told her, I said, well, you might want to try a revolver. But then I think she really wanted a semi-auto. And then I said, well, I have an idea. How about this one? Now, the way this one works is it has a safety here. Okay, so right there it's on safe. Over here, safety's off. Okay. Now, one way to charge it is pull this back right here. By the way, you can see that it is in fact empty. So you could pull this back and it strips the top round off, and then it would go into single action. Okay? But this gun's a little unique if you're not familiar with it. And what you can actually do here is, pull this back, you can actually push this lever and it has a tip-up barrel. Now for somebody like her, this is pretty good because she can either keep it home loaded, or if need be, you put the round in, just close it, and then that first round firing would actually, obviously just like any other semi-auto, cause a slide to go back, then strip the second shot off. So she wouldn't really need to ever pull that slide back if need be. The other thing is, it is single and it's double action. Now the trigger pull for this isn't bad. I mean, it's a little bit on the heavy side, but, well, what do you expect, really? Now, if you have it in single action, the single action pull, very, very light, just as you'd expect. I really enjoy this. It's very, very solidly made. A lot of the small 25 caliber pistols, the smaller 22 pocket pistols, I don't think they're really made that well. I mean, unless you get up there and, if you want to spend, $500-600, let's say for like the Camber Micro or some of the SIGs. But when you're looking at, like, say, the 200 to 300 range, I'm not really impressed with them. They're okay, but this one just seems like really substantial with the steel construction, especially with the slide. It reminds me almost of like a little mini 92, to be honest with you. And then you get the nice wood grips on there, and then it really gives, I mean, it's substantial. It's not, you can get 2 fingers on here, which is actually a little bit more I can get on the TCP. That's why I bought a grip extension for it, but you have a nice substantial hold on it because it is that thicker grip, which is nice. I mean, not that you're going to get a lot of recoil, get a little bit of a beaver tail here, and then you could very easily put that into single. I mean, I've been happy with it, to be honest with you. Great little gun, never regretted purchasing this. And then right here we have the magazine. It is loaded, because I usually like to carry my firearms loaded. It holds 7 rounds, so you can, it's a 7+1 gun. Not the most potent gun, not the highest capacity, but, it certainly beats nothing, and I'd rather see someone carry this than carry nothing. I know some people would disagree and like to say everyone should carry, a Glock with, 10 or 15 rounds in it, but that's not the possibility for a lot of people. And like I said, if you're going to pick this up used, it's also a pretty reasonable gun. Like I said, this one, I believe it was $225. I actually picked this up along with a 922. I'll probably do a review on that in the future. That one's 22 short. Kind of picked that up as a novelty. I just thought it was cool. Kind of like this. I picked this one up kind of as a novelty too, and I actually enjoy it much more than I normally would. The only thing I don't really care for is the mag release over here. Although, I mean, it certainly beats the heel release that some guns have. I have a P64 that has a pretty awkward mag release at the bottom. So this isn't the worst spot you can put it in, but it doesn't really beat putting it here. So you're going to need a extra little practice if you use other handguns and you need to. Kind of get used to the operation of this. But, pretty cool. Ejects just fine. And like I said, if you're looking for a used mouse gun or easy to carry pocket gun, I don't think you could beat this, because I do see them often for $200 to $250 used. And I think they're a really nice deal. And with Beretta, it's going to be made well. Just a really cool gun. So, like I said, any comments you have on these? If anyone else has this in another caliber, or has one that's a little old or a little new one, this was made around 85, I believe, when I checked the serial number. I'd love to hear your comments on it, maybe some of the other small Beretta pistols. Okay, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a good one.